Most men walk into the game unaware that they've already been placed into a category. They give, they wait, they hope. They offer attention, favors, and limitless patience, only to be met with the most soul-crushing words. Let's just be friends. Not because their intentions were wrong, but because they never positioned themselves as men of polarity right from the beginning. Power with women isn't about acting indifferent. It's about radiating masculine intent from the start. It's about presence. The kind that makes a woman instantly feel your desire, your leadership, and your unapologetic masculine energy. In this video, I'm going to show you the 7 psychological strategies that high-value men use to position themselves from the first moment, so the friend zone isn't even a possibility. You'll discover how women subconsciously sort men the moment they meet them, and how to activate raw-rooted attraction in a way most men never even notice. Stick with me until the end, because what you're about to learn will completely shift how you attract, lead, and create undeniable desire, without ever begging for it. Move 1. Never offer emotional comfort without polarity. This is where most men stumble right away. They become the emotional dumping ground. The guy who listens to her drama. The one she runs to when another man disappoints her. The one who waits quietly in the background, hoping his loyalty will eventually earn him a chance. But proximity doesn't create desire. It never has. Machiavelli said it well: the ruler who serves the people's needs without asserting his authority invites disorder. And that's exactly what happens when a man offers comfort without the tension of masculine presence. He becomes a release valve for her emotions, but never sparks the kind of desire that only arises through polarity. Let's make this real. You're single, you meet a woman, you're drawn to her. Within minutes, she's venting about her ex, her messy life, her emotional stress. She starts talking about how men never treat her right. You smile, you listen, composed. But instead of becoming her emotional therapist, you shift the energy. You deserve more than that. Honestly, you're far too beautiful to be stuck in confusion. But let's not waste time on broken men. I'd rather understand what makes you so captivating to me. In just a few words, you introduce polarity. You're no longer the safe, brotherly figure. You've now placed subtle masculine tension in the air. And she feels it. This man wants me. Even in relationships or marriage, many men fall into neutrality. They become supportive, soft, emotionally available, but they lose the masculine edge that sustains attraction. So what should you do? Men she vents about work, family, or stress. Listen, hold space, but stay grounded in your masculine core. Say something like, "I hear you, and you'll get through it. You're stronger than you realize. Now, come here." Pull her close. Lock eyes. Be the anchor, not the cushion. Next move, always bring masculine energy into emotional conversations. Be present, but don't become a genderless therapist. Position yourself as the man who sees her not just as a person but as a woman. Because when you hold emotional space with masculine polarity, she will never mistake you for just a friend. Now let's move forward, because even polarity isn't enough unless you can express your intentions early, before she places you in the wrong category. Move 2. Declare your intent without needing approval. Most men wait. They hide their desire. They try to play it safe, thinking eventually she'll notice his value. She won't. Women categorize men almost instantly. And once you're seen as neutral, it's almost impossible to climb out. Machiavelli once said, "He who lets others set the terms of battle has already surrendered half the victory." When you hold back your desire out of fear, you're letting her define your role. And once it's defined, it's nearly set in stone. But the high-value man, he doesn't play that game. He communicates his interest with calm, clear confidence, without needing validation. Here's how that sounds in the real world. You meet her. The chemistry's there. You look her in the eye and say, "Let's not pretend I find you very attractive. I like your energy. That's why I asked you out." That's it. No pressure, No pleading, just firm, honest intent. You're not asking for permission. You're planting your flag. Her brain picks up on two powerful signals: masculine clarity and comfort with his own desire. Even if she needs time to process it, she now knows exactly how you see her. And just like that, you've sidestepped the trap of being seen as her safe, neutral companion. If you're in a relationship or married, this doesn't stop after commitment. Clear intent must continue. Keep expressing your attraction actively and consistently. Complement her femininity. Lead when it comes to physical connection. Hold strong, dominant eye contact. Keep that courtship tension alive, because even in long-term love, she needs to feel that you still see her as a woman first. Not just a partner, not just a roommate, not just a friend. Here's your next move. Calmly declare your attraction. Don't hide it behind polite conversation or disguise it as friendliness. Let your desire feel natural, not something to apologize for or negotiate over. Let her feel the weight of your masculinity in every interaction. Because the man who expresses intent early does two things. He sparks real attraction, or he filters out those who were never open to begin with. Now let's keep going. Because once your desire is known, you must protect your time from being consumed by neutral friend-like dynamics. Move 3. Never slip into platonic mode. This is where most men quietly destroy their chances. They show interest, then allow themselves to get roped into endless neutral activities. Casual coffee chats, shopping trips, late-night venting sessions. The classic "let's just hang out." They believe that spending more time will build attraction. It won't. It dilutes. Machiavelli said it best. What is abundant loses its value. What is scarce commands respect. The more freely you offer your time, the more her subconscious labels you safe, non-threatening, emotionally neutral. Let's make this visual. You're single. You've shown interest, and now she's inviting you to casual outings. Come shopping with me. Help me pick something out. She says, let's grab coffee before my meeting. You smile and respond with clarity. Listen, I enjoy spending time with you, but let's keep this simple. If we're seeing each other, it's to enjoy each other, not to run errands. Let's grab a real drink sometime instead. In one move, you reframe. You protect your masculine polarity. You don't become her emotional girlfriend. If you're in a relationship or married, this rule still applies. You don't let your masculine energy dissolve into a routine of neutral, directionless comfort. You don't allow daily logistics to erase the spark of polarity. You keep your own schedule, your own projects, your own mission alive. You initiate intentional quality time, not filler activities. As Machiavelli might say, maintain the strength of your rule by never appearing too available for trivial matters. Your next move. Guard your availability like your reputation. Avoid falling into the trap of neutral companionship. When she invites you into casual, non-polarized time, reframe it. Shape the interaction into something charged with direction, desire, and purpose. Let her feel your masculine agenda, your presence, because when you stop offering yourself freely for neutral, aimless time together, you stay a man in her eyes, never just a friend. Now let's take it further, because once your time is protected, you must build tension through your physical and energetic presence. Move 4. Escalate. Subtly to build masculine polarity. This is where most men freeze. They hesitate to bring in physical or emotional tension. They wait for signs. They wait for permission. But hesitation is what locks you into friendship, permanently. Women don't fall for men who make them feel safe in a neutral way. They fall for men who activate their feminine energy. Men who create calibrated, controlled tension through masculine presence. Machiavelli put it like this: the wise leader advances gradually, but always forward, never allowing confusion about his intention. In attraction, this translates to subtle, steady escalation. You don't leap forward recklessly. You apply consistent, micro-level pressure. Touch, eye contact, tonality, physical closeness. all done with intention, all done with control. This kind of presence forces her emotional mind to feel you as a man, not a neutral friend, not a safety blanket, a man who awakens something deeper. Let's break this down. You're single, you're spending time with her. The vibe is good. Instead of sitting stiff and passive, you lean in slightly. Your eye contact lingers just a little longer than normal. You hold silence confidently, without rushing to fill it. As you walk, you place a light guiding hand on her lower back, and with a composed smile, you say there's something dangerously attractive about you. Makes this very enjoyable. No vulgarity, no pressure, just a subtle, controlled statement from a man who sees her through a masculine lens. And instantly, her subconscious registers. This isn't platonic, this man desires me. If you're in a relationship or married, this never stops. Even years into commitment, you continue to escalate in subtle, meaningful ways. You grab her waist in passing. You whisper desire in her ear, in public. You move with grounded, unapologetic physical presence. At home, you inject playful dominance into everyday conversations. Masculine polarity doesn't expire. It evolves and intensifies over time. Here's your next move. Use eye contact, spatial control, and physical proximity early. Deliver tension through your words, touch, and silence. Make her feel that you always see her as a woman, never just a buddy. Master the art of silent pauses that build emotional heat, because when she constantly senses that undercurrent of tension, her emotional mind won't dare reclassify you as a friend. Now let's move forward. Because even if you've mastered escalation, you must know how to crush any attempt to label you as just a friend. Move 5. Destroy any label of friendship. This is the moment most men fear. She says the dreaded words. I think we're better off as friends. Weak men freeze. They justify. They beg. They accept the label. And in doing so, they seal their own irrelevance. But a high-value man, he crushes that frame calmly, without anger or neediness. Machiavelli warned, if you let the enemy define the battle, you've already lost. Your frame must dominate at all times. Let's make it real. You're single. She says, I think we're better off as friends. You hold eye contact. You smile slightly, grounded, unshaken, and you respond, that's not how I approach women I'm attracted to. If you don't feel the same, that's okay, but friendship isn't on the table for me. Then you stop. No begging, no convincing, no emotional reaction. You force clarity. And in that clarity she feels the strength of your frame. Now she sees you're not desperate. You're self-respecting. If you're in a relationship or marriage, sometimes long-term dynamics slip into neutral comfort zones. Your wife or girlfriend starts treating you like a friend, not a partner. You must correct that energy immediately. When she gets too neutral, you inject clarity. I don't operate like roommates. You know I desire you as a woman, and I always will. You pull her back into polarity. Here's your next move. Never accept the friend label once desire has been expressed. Always maintain your frame, without frustration. Force either mutual polarity or clear separation. Let your self-respect be worth more than a forced connection. Because when you refuse to bargain for friendship, you train her emotional brain to see you as a man of unshakable masculine presence. Now let's move forward. Because beyond rejecting friend frame, you must master selective detachment. Move 6. Stay selectively indifferent. This is one of the most powerful moves. It triggers deep emotional shifts in her. You don't tell her with words, but show her through your vibe. You're fully willing to disengage if alignment isn't real. Machiavelli said it best. Power belongs to the one who can afford to lose without fear. Women are wired to evaluate emotional leverage. When you make it clear that access to you is never guaranteed, her attraction rises automatically. Let's visualize this. You're single. She tests you. She delays plans. She gets flaky. She says, I'm not sure where I'm at emotionally right now. You respond calmly. That's okay. I only invest where there's mutual clarity. Take your time. Then you step back. No chasing. No over-investing. No passive waiting. Her mind floods with scarcity triggers. He's not chasing me. Other women will notice him. I might lose access to him entirely. This instantly recalibrates her perception of your value. If you're in a relationship or marriage, emotional leverage still applies. When she tries to emotionally withdraw or use tension as leverage, you hold steady. You say, I'm here when we both choose to invest fully. I won't force connection. You signal stability without emotional dependence. Here's your next move. Detach calmly when emotional imbalance appears. Let her feel the space. Allow her to chase reconnection. Use selective indifference as silent leverage. Because when she knows you're always willing to walk away, her mind anchors you as the man who operates from supreme masculine abundance. Now let's move forward. Because even after indifference, you must master the art of pulling her toward you through effort. Move 7. Let her chase small openings. Most men try to pull women completely toward themselves. They chase. They plan everything. They carry all the emotional weight. But attraction amplifies when she starts investing small pieces of effort, keeping your attention, showing interest. Machiavelli taught, people protect most what they help build. When a woman invests emotionally, she becomes attached to the outcome. Her desire deepens because she feels partly responsible for keeping your attention. Let's make it practical. If you're single, you lead the way, but you leave small openings for her to step forward. She initiates texts sometimes. She proposes plans occasionally. She surprises you with thoughtful gestures. She leans in first during conversations. You reward this subtly, smile, compliment her effort, acknowledge her pursuit. This creates a positive cycle of self-investment in her mind. If you're in a relationship or married long-term, structure your dynamic so she takes initiative too. She schedules date nights sometimes. She initiates physical closeness regularly. She suggests trips or quality time. She takes responsibility for parts of your shared life. You allow her to feel actively engaged in preserving your polarity. Here's your next move. Never carry 100% of the emotional weight. Structure dynamics where she contributes to pursuit and effort. Reward her investment without over-validate. Build systems where she feels truly involved in keeping your masculine energy alive. Because when a woman invests to keep your energy close, she finds herself emotionally to you, without resistance. As I said at the start, most men walk into the game unaware they've already been categorized. While they negotiate for attention, while they dilute their masculine energy into endless friendship, while they suppress their desires hoping one day she'll notice, they lose before the game even begins. But the man who understands polarity moves differently. He radiates clarity from the very first moment. He stands grounded in his desire, without shame. Because he knows desire isn't weakness, it's power. When a man is truly in control, he never entertains neutral availability. He creates space for her to lean in. He commands subtle tension, with his eyes, his presence, his words, and he makes no apologies for seeing her as a woman. Because that's what ignites the very core of feminine attraction. This isn't manipulation. It's leadership. It's the art of masculine gravity, pulling feminine energy naturally into orbit, without force, without chasing, without ever lowering his standards. Machiavelli taught us that true rulers don't shout for control. They stand so firmly within themselves that control flows toward them effortlessly. As a natural consequence, the man who never ends up in the friend zone isn't playing games. He simply refuses to exist in a space where his masculine truth is neutralized. He leads himself so powerfully that women either feel the pull or respectfully disqualify themselves early. Because in the end, power belongs to the man who remains unshakable. While others beg for love, he walks in sovereignty. While others fear rejection, he embodies selection. While others crave validation, he radiates purpose. You are not here to negotiate for affection. You are here to embody presence. You are here to rule silently, while others remain blind to where true power truly resides. Now walk forward, because once you master this, you never beg for desire again. You become the desire. If this opened your eyes and you're serious about becoming the man who's in full control of his life, my book is now available, The Undeniable Man, Built to be Chosen. It's a strategic guide for men who want to attract, lead, and dominate in their love life and beyond. Whether you're single or in a relationship, no fluff, no tricks, just pure powerful strategy that will set you apart from 99% of men. And this is something you'll actually use every day. The link is in the description. If this video resonated with you, don't just keep it to yourself. Drop a comment, even just a few words. It helps you lock in these lessons, and it might help someone else too. Hit that like button if you found value in this content, and share it with someone who needs to hear it right now. Trust your instincts. We're all working on becoming clearer, stronger, and more solid inside. So let's build minds that don't break.